again, my name is Alex Dreyer, and this is Championship Bridge. Now, we place two pairs of bridge experts against each other, playing rubber bridge for cash awards under the official rules of contract bridge. And now here with me is the man who, with myself, will bring you a card-by-card play of this week's match on Championship Bridge, the man who compels me to read his articles every week in Sports Illustrated magazine, Charles Goren.
And once again, we're delighted to welcome back the very charming 1959 winner of the National Women's Pair and Mixed Pair Championships, Mrs. Dorothy Hayden from New York City. Her partner, author of a syndicated bridge column in over 200 papers, the delightful B.J. Becker from Flushing, New York. B.J. has won every bridge event but the mixed pairs. The challengers from New York City, Vice President of the Discount Corporation of New York, Wingate Bixby. Bix is also president of New York's famed bridge club, the Regency. His partner, a former commander in the Greek Air Force, Konstantin Platsos, he has won many bridge tournaments, but his greatest thrill was being in command of the fighter squadrons that helped liberate Greece.
Dorothy, it's very nice to welcome you back to the show again.
Thank you,
and
Charles.
you too, B.J.
Thank you, Charles.
Costa, it's good to see you again after our trips around the world. And tell me, where did you learn to play bridge?
Well, I learned to play bridge in Greece. I did something wrong. I had just graduated from the Naval Academy in Greece. My commanding officer confined me in my room for a month, and I started bridge from a book and a deck of cards. Later on during the war, it happens a book of yours will be in my hand, and there I really perfected my game.
Thank you, Costa. Dix, it's very nice to have you on the show. Of course, we've spent a great many hours together traveling around on trips of goodwill to South America. And I know how busy you are as Vice President of the Discount Corporation. I've often wondered how you find time to play bridge.
Well, Charlie, I don't have a lot of time for bridge, but I find it very relaxing. And 1 or 2 afternoons a week, in the very latter part of the day, I do manage to go up to the Regency Club and play a rubber or two.
Now we're ready to play. So I want to wish you all the best of luck, and I'll see you in just a moment.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
The way we play TV Championship Bridge, it's rubber bridge, $1,000 to the winning team, $500 to the losers. We've got bonus money for slams bid in May. The winning pair comes back next week, faces a new set of challengers. Now let's see what happens at this match.
Hayden and Becker against challengers Platsos and Bixby.
Well, I wish you boys the best of luck.
Okay, thanks very much. Very nice. Certainly the same to you people.
Thank you.
Wingate Bixby, winner of several South American championships, is the declarer.
Costa, we're due for a few good cards, I think.
I hope you have them.
Well, not quite enough security here for this executive of the Discount Corporation of New York to float alone.
I am the dealer. I pass.
Over to B.J. Becker, one of the most respected bridge columnists in this country. He won his first tournament in 1932, and the hands used in that tournament were the unpublished hands from the famous Lenz-Culberson match of 1931.
Pass.
Now, Konstantin Platsos, his World War II experiences in the Greek Air Force were simply fantastic and will long be remembered by his countrymen. His partner has passed. And he'd like to drop this hand out of the plane without a parachute.
Pass.
Now, Dorothy Hayden, active in national tournament play. It's been passed around to her. Let's see now. There's 2 points for that singleton spade, 5 for the ace-jack of diamonds. The king doubleton of clubs is worth 4, and 7 points in hearts. That's a healthy 17 points.
And a very healthy diamond bid, Alex.
1 diamond.
Now, Wingate Bixby, he's dealt and passed. His partner has also passed.
There's nothing Wingate can do, of course.
Diamond, I pass.
B.J. Becker, an original passer, but his partner has opened the bidding with the diamond.
B.J. will quite naturally show his 5-card suit, Alex.
1 spade.
So he does. Now Platsos and that defunct hand of his.
Pass.
Back to Dorothy Hayden. She opened a diamond in 4th position, and partner responded 1 spade. What should this lovely lady do?
It's a question as to whether she should bid 2 hearts or 2 diamonds. I believe she should bid 2 diamonds, particularly with the misfit and partner spade suit.
2 hearts.
I pass.
Bixby passed, and now B.J. Becker, partner, opened a diamond and then bid hearts after his spade response. Let's see what B.J. does here.
3, no trump.
He jumped to 3, no trump. Now, Charlie, could that be misinterpreted as an extremely strong hand by partner?
Hardly, Alex. Inasmuch as Becker failed to open the bidding, he could not now be accused of having a very strong hand.
I see. Now Platzes.
A pass.
Dorothy Hayden, she looks content.
Pass.
Wingate Bixby.
3-0 trump, you bet, Jay.
Yeah.
I pass.
And so it's a 3-0 trump, so what about it, Charlie, huh?
After 3 passes, Mrs. Hayden opened the bidding with 1 diamond. Mr. Becker made the routine response of 1 spade, and Mrs. Hayden decided to bid 2 hearts, which is open to some question. My own preference would have been a rebid of 2 diamonds. After all, she did open the bidding in 4th position, so her partner does not suspect the quality of her opening bid. A 2-heart bid, however, might give partner an exaggerated impression of what she really has. After 2 diamonds, Mr. Becker would then have bid 2-0 trump, and now Mrs. Hayden would have the chance to bid 3 hearts. This would have led to the same final contract, for then Mr. Becker would bid 3-0 trump. As it was, after Mrs. Hayden bid 2 hearts, Mr. Becker quite properly jumped to 3-0 trump. 1 more word out of Mrs. Hayden, and Mr. Becker would have been off to the wars. But Mrs. Hayden properly passed, and the final contract was 3-0 trump.
All right, B.J. Becker, a self-styled Philadelphia lawyer turned bridge player and a top-flight one, has bought the 3-0 trump contract.
Your lead.
And that's my lead.
I think of a good lead, partner.
Constantine Platzes on lead here. It's the singleton 4 of diamonds. How about the lead of a singleton against a no-trump contract, Charlie?
I'll discuss the lead after the hand is over, Alex.
All right, Dorothy Hayden has revealed her dummy hand. And from it, Declara Becker plays the deuce. He wants to let it ride around to his queen. There's Bixby's king. Becker tosses his 8. That's the first trick for the defense against his 3-0 trump contract. Bix now returns a spade. B.J. covers with the 9. He withholds his king. Platzes plays the 10. And dummy singleton deuce completes the trick. That's the second trick for the defense. Constantine Platzes now shifts to a low heart. And Becker goes up with dummy's ace.
He has 10 sure tricks now, Alex.
Well, let's see if he claims them.
Well, I think we can speed up matters a little bit. I have 5 diamond tricks, 2 hearts of 7, and 3 clubs of 10, so I'm assured of 4-0 trump.
What about that opening lead of a singleton against this no-trump contract, Charlie?
As to the opening lead of the singleton 4 of diamonds, Platzes made a lead from outer space, which is suggestive of his earlier career as a war aviator. My own taste runs to the good old-fashioned lead of the Queen of Spades, despite the fact that Mr. Becker has named that suit in the course of the bidding.
And Dorothy Hayden break fast, scoring a 100-point game in no trump, plus 30 above for the overtrick. Now let's go on to hand 2 of championship bridge.
It's our 10 now, Costa, and I know Jay will be nice to us like we were when I dealt the last 10.
Well,
Now, don't you do it, partner.
B.J. Becker, one of the original 9 life masters, a very distinguished group, is the dealer, and he's vulnerable. Let's see now, in high cards alone, he has 6 points in spades, 7 in diamonds, 2 in clubs, and 4 for that ace of hearts. That's an impressive total of 19. What should he do, Charlie?
My own preference is for a spade bid, though some players may prefer to open the bidding with a diamond.
1 spade.
Constantine Platzes now. Say, you know, he and Wingate Bixby have twice won the South American Championship, back in 55 and 58. Just 2 kings here, but no kingdom for these monarchs.
Pass.
Now the very lovely Dorothy Hayden. Her partner has opened the bidding with a spade. And she has 4, 5, 9, 11 high card points, plus 1 for that Delton club, and she likes partner's spade bid, Charlie.
Yes, Alex. It's a question whether she'll bid 3 spades, which would be a slight overbid with her values, or whether she'll make a temporizing bid of some sort.
3 spades.
Well, the lovely lady decided to be aggressive. Now here's Wingate Bixby, president of the Regency Club of New York, one of the foremost bridge clubs in the world. A lonesome queen and a pair of jacks.
I pass.
B.J. Becker, he opened the bidding with a spade, and partner jumped to 3 spades. And at this point, is Becker thinking about the bonus money we offer for slams, Charlie? Huh?
He most certainly is, Alex.
Will he check for aces? He only has 2.
Remember, partner has promised 13 points, and Becker's hand has a distributional value of 20. That's the magic 33, Alex.
I'll try 6 spades.
Slam it is, but Becker will have his problems. Here's Plutzes.
Thank you. I pass.
Dorothy Hayden.
Pass.
The smiling Wingate Bixby.
I pass.
Mr. Becker opened the bidding with 1 spade. Observe that having 19 high card points, his hand is too strong for an opening bid of 1-note trump. Mr. Plutzes passed, of course, and Dorothy Hayden chose to bid 3 spades. This is a slight stretch of her values, for normally such a bid should be based upon a holding of 13 points. Actually, our hand, including the point for the Doubleton Club, has only 12 points, and my own preference would have been for a temporizing bid, whether it be clubs, diamonds, or hearts. But the 3-spade bid appears to be just a shade too aggressive. After the jump response in spades, Mr. Becker was quite justified to carry on to 6 spades. When a point is added for distribution, his hand has 20 points. Since a jump raise promises 13 points, he calculated that the partnership possessed the necessary 33 points upon which to base a slam effort. Now, let's watch Mr. Becker play this hand.
B.J. about to guide the destiny of a small slam in spades.
Really, so it's my lead now.
And we're looking at the hand of Constantine Plutzes.
He has no agreeable lead, and against a 1-spade, 3-spade, 6-spade sequence of bidding, Alex, a trump lead may prove to be as good as any.
Well, a trump lead it is, and Dorothy Hayden exposing her dummy hand here. Let's look over B.J. Becker's shoulder and kibitz the play. He decides to play the 7 from dummy. Bixby the 9. B.J. takes this with his king. 3 trumps are still out against Becker. Becker now leads the low heart from his hand. Plutzes leaps in with his king. This will be booked for the defense against 6 spades, and the question, can B.J. Becker avoid the loss of another trick? Plutzes exits with another trump. The 8 is played from dummy. Bixby follows. All trumps but 1 have been drawn now, and Becker gathers in his second trick. He must win the balance. He's on lead in dummy. And he plays the 10 of trumps. He wants the last one held by the defense.
His soft spot is the club suit, Alex. Let's see how he handles it.
B.J. now cashes his ace of hearts, and I guess he'll tackle the club suit next, huh? And I see now how a full 13 points in dummy instead of only 12 would make the difference on this hand, especially if that 13th point were the jack of clubs. Well, let's see what happens. B.J. now faces up to that club problem. Missing the king-jack, he lays down his 10. Plutzes plays low. Will he double finesse? No, Becker goes up with dummy's ace. Wingate Bixby follows. The defense still holds the king-jack of clubs. The remaining club is returned from dummy. Bixby plays the deuce. Will Becker gamble the queen?
Cheer up, partner.
Don't tell me.
Down 1. I discard the losing diamond dummy on the queen of clubs.
Bad luck.
Thank you.
I think we have a good our cards a bit.
I thought we scored.
Of course.
Well, I had 19 points.
That slam bid didn't get off the ground, Charlie.
This 6-spade bid was doomed from the start. There was just no way Mr. Becker could avoid the loss of the king of clubs and the king of hearts. Actually, the partnership lacked the 33 points necessary for a slam effort, and he played very well to avoid going down 2 tricks.
For defeating the vulnerable Mr. Becker's slam effort by 1 trick, Plutzes and Bixby receive 100 above the line, and it's a close match, this one. third hand, Konstantin Platzes bought a 5-club contract and succeeded in making 6. For this, his team scores 100 below per game and 20 above for the overtrick. Both teams are now vulnerable, and Bixby and Platzes lead by a mere 90 points.
Guess this is it, partner.
Looks that way.
Maybe you have to hold something to help.
Well, maybe a little overdue.
Dorothy Hayden, former national women's pair title holder, is the dealer on this last hand. Well, even champions need cards to compete
Pass.
with. Now Wingate Bixby. He's got an interesting hand. 6 spades, 5 hearts, and 2 singletons.
There's no real problem here. He should bid his 6-card suit.
I will bid a spade.
And so he does, Charlie. Now here's B.J. Becker. His partner has passed. Let's see now. He's got 11 high card points plus 1 for the doubleton spade. Isn't it hard for him to come into the bidding now, Charlie?
No, Alex, he might double.
Uh-huh.
I would not object to a double because on this hand, if he does not act at once, he may lose the opportunity to compete and be permanently shut out.
Double?
Double he does. Now to Konstantin Platzes, soldier, statesman, business tycoon, Greek ambassador of goodwill, and bridge player extraordinary. His partner's opening bid of 1 spade has just been doubled.
Platzes will pass in the hope that the opponents will bid into one of his suits. He might inflict some damage if they wind up in the wrong contract.
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds. I must say I don't approve.
Pass.
Now Bixby, he opened a spade, opponents doubled it, and partner bid 2 diamonds.
He will now bid his heart suit, of course.
2 spades.
Well, this hand is so good, I would prefer a bid which is apt to induce partner to carry on. And 2 hearts is more apt to have that effect than a mere rebid of 2 spades.
Uh-huh. Now Becker, he doubled the opening spade bid, but partner has remained silent. Nothing further he can reasonably do, I suppose.
Pass.
Over to Konstantin. Partner has bid and rebid spades, and he doesn't like spades.
Pass.
Now Dorothy Hayden, her partner long ago, doubled the opening spade bid.
3 clubs.
She's a fighter, Alex.
Yes, indeed.
Remember, Bixby and Platzes lead by 90 points, and she's not going to bow out without a struggle.
Bixby now, he's bid spades twice, and should he pass the 3-club bid around to his partner, or bid again, Charlie?
What would you do, Alex?
Well, I'd bid that heart suit now.
3 spades.
Well, if he's going to bid again, I think it should have been 3 hearts.
Well, it's nice to have you on my side, Professor. Here's Becker.
Pass.
A pass.
Now Dorothy Hayden. Say she and Becker are behind a scant 90 points. If they can set 3 spades by 1 trick, they'll win by 10 points.
Pass.
Dorothy Hayden passed, and Bixby opened the bidding with a spade. Mr. Becker made a takeout double. His 12 points are actually 1 point short of standard requirements, but Becker decided it was the better part of valor to get into the picture early. For Platzes' bid of 2 diamonds, I have not the same approval. And I'll discuss this further in my bridge tip at the end of the match. Mr. Bixby rebid 2 spades. Mr. Becker and Platzes both passed, and not inclined to give up, Dorothy Hayden decided to compete with a bid of 3 clubs to provide further evidence of the fact that the female of the species is more deadly. Bixby, feeling that he had the mild protection of 100 honors, proceeded to 3 spades, the final contract.
Heavy now. Lots of aces and kings over there.
That makes it my lead.
Your lead, Jay.
This is Mr. Becker's hand. What will he lead?
He'll undoubtedly lead the King of Hearts.
And so he does. Konstantin now displays his dummy.
Not many trumps. My
Seven,
diamonds are not so good. Best of luck.
That's your hand, is it?
Bixby, the declarer of a touchy 3-spade contract, plays low from dummy.
It is possible to set this contract, Alex. This is really very exciting.
Well, that's the first trick for the defense. And Becker switches to a low club.
By failing to continue hearts, Becker has made Declarer's Road an easier one to travel, Alex. I'll explain why after this hand is over. All
right, Bixby won his first trick with dummy's ace of clubs. He now turns his attention to the trump suit leading the deuce. Will he finesse for the jack, Charlie?
Remember, Becker to his left doubled his opening spade bid. So he may play for the jack to be in Mrs. Hayden's hand.
And so he does, and the finesse is successful. Breathing easier now about his three-spade contract, Bixby lays down his ace of trumps. There are still 4 trumps out against him, including the jack. Bixby is happy to see that Becker has one. Dummy discards the diamond. The fence has but one trick. Bixby continues trumps, leading his king. Will both outstanding trumps fall? No, Becker shows out.
He'll concede 2 tricks now, Alex.
Now, I'll take out spades.
Put them down.
I'll take out spades and 2 leads. I'll give you a diamond and a heart.
Very nice finesse.
Congratulations,
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you
tough
very
stuff.
much. Very tough opponent. Very tough, really.
We'd like your views on the play of that hand, Charlie.
While the 3-spade contract was made with ease, the hand could actually have been beaten if Mr. Becker, after winning the opening lead with the king of hearts, had continued with his ace of hearts and then led a 3rd heart for Dorothy Hayden to ruff. Dorothy then would exit with a diamond, won by Mr. Becker with his ace for their 4th trick and book. Mr. Becker would now continue with his last heart, again ruffed by Mrs. Hayden for the setting trick. Alas, there was nothing to indicate to Mr. Becker that his partner's 3 of hearts, played on the first trick, was actually a singleton, and his switch to a club at trick 2, although fatal to his cause, was really quite reasonable.
Spades and making 4, Bixby and Plutzer score 90 below, plus 30 above for the over trick, plus 100 for honors, and 50 for the part score on an unfinished rubber. It's a hard-fought victory with a winning total of 490 points.
So the winners are Wingate Bixby and Constantine Plutzer, and of course they will receive $1,000 for their efforts. And now here is the bridge tip from Charles Goren.
On the 4th hand, Mr. Bixby opened the bidding with 1 spade, and Mr. Becker doubled. Mr. Plutzer bid 2 diamonds. Now, it's with this bid of 2 diamonds that I'd like to concern myself for a moment or two. Let me show you what Mr. Plutzer had. As a matter of fact, no complication developed from this bid, but I should like to point out that my own practice is to avoid bidding such a weak suit over the double. I would rather bid only such suits as I had a real desire to show. The only excuse for bidding diamonds is the panic created by the singleton in partner's spade suit. It seems to me that the danger that 1 spade doubled will be left in is more fanciful than real.
And now this is Alex Dreyer and Charles Goren wishing all of you nothing but aces from Championship Bridge. Samsonite, official championship bridge furniture provided by Schwader Brothers. Bicycle playing cards, the official playing cards of Championship Bridge. And we wish to thank the U.S. Playing Card Company for helping us to produce Championship Bridge.